Hello, and welcome to the highlights of my field experience lecture I gave to the professors of the philosophy department at CCU. My topic was addressing instructional technology deficits in CCU's philosophy department, achieving presence, community, and socialization in a blended learning platform. This is a condensed version of that lecture. Early during the fall semester of this year, I began conducting my culminating project for my Instructional Technology Master's degree. I began by taking an inventory of the instructional technology that the professors in the philosophy department here used for their classes. Next, I conducted interviews and had conversations with several of the professors to learn about their teaching styles and the extent of instructional technology tools and activities they used in their classes. Overall, this lecture is about using a blended learning platform to initiate socialization with online communication and collaboration and create social presence through the interactivity of students, which can result in higher motivation, engagement, and interest of students, not just online, but in the classroom. The goals and the target outcomes I wanted the professors to take away are: 1. Professors will embrace my argument and the scientific data that blended learning is better for achieving engagement, motivation, and comprehension than using only traditional face-to-face teaching methods. 2. Professors will achieve presence, community, and socialization in their classes and online. 3. Professors will implement introduction/biography essays of students at the beginning of their new classes. 4. Professors will have students construct a class website and individual personal websites at the beginning of new classes. For example, Google Sites is an easy-to-use website builder that's available free to anyone through their Gmail account. 5. Professors will include discussions and responses as a component of students' weekly assignments. By addressing what I consider deficiencies discovered in my analysis of collected data, I believe the professor's teaching will result in better student performance, engagement, and motivation. By integrating blended learning, professors can create a class community where presence, socialization, and communication are utilized. So how do you establish and maintain communication and community? My first suggestion to create community through socialization would be to have students get to know their colleagues and who they will be communicating with. This can be accomplished by requiring each student to introduce themselves online with their picture in an introductory discussion or essay at the start of each course, stating a little bit about themselves, who they are, where they're from, and what their goals are. The second thing I would recommend is having a class website where students can go to post pictures and videos, talk, read, and listen to their peers. This can give them the vehicle that is needed for the facilitation of communication between students. Then have each student create their own personal website as a centralized hub or place where they can communicate online with colleagues about assignments, content, and projects. The third thing I recommend for creating communication through socialization is regular, required discussions on content and follow-up responses, weekly or by topic. Having students know they must write a discussion on the week's contents requires them to think and consider what's being studied. What is blended learning and why should you use it? Blended learning means different things to different people. The word blended implies a mixture or combination of different elements. Blended learning, also known as hybrid learning, technology-mediated instruction, web-enhanced instruction, mixed mode instruction, or other identifiers, combines the best of face-to-face instruction and online learning. Blended learning involves face-to-face classes combined with asynchronous computer-mediated online activities concerning content and delivery. with students having control over time, place, and pace of these online elements. The mix can be as simple as separating part of the course into online components. A platform for blended learning provides the tools to engage learners, boosting teaching and student efficiency. Things like using video to record lectures or experts giving lectures, virtual tours, social media, YouTube educational videos, blogs, and podcasts. The list goes on and on. There is undeniable consensus through academia that both students and teachers benefit from using blended learning platforms. Community in a blended learning course builds knowledge and competency in learners and supports a network of mutual respect and sharing of ideas and perspectives. It builds a sense of shared understanding and knowledge of one another. By being respectful of others' ideas, even if they are different from their own, it cultivates skills and connections needed for continued growth and collaboration and gives students a feeling of being a part of something. It not only ensures students stay engaged, but helps to keep them motivated. Next, I talked about creating a sense of presence online in a blended learning platform. One model that has all the properties of a successful blended learning environment is the Community of Inquiry framework. This framework views the online learning experience as a function of the relationship between three elements. These are social presence, which refers to the development of an online environment in which participants feel socially and emotionally connected with each other. Cognitive presence describes the extent to which learners are able to construct and confirm meaning through reflection and discourse. And teaching presence is how you design, facilitate, and direct cognitive and social processes for the realization of meaningful learning. Presence is that sense of being there, or being together with others, the feeling that you are a part of something, a group, a class, something where you are recognized as a unique individual but connected to everyone else. Then I discussed a few things about using discussions and replies. The purpose of discussion forums online is similar to planned discussions in classrooms. New discussions or threads are started for new topics, usually weekly. Discussion forums are designed so that learners post their comments and colleagues respond to each other asynchronously. Discussions provide a space for students to process, analyze, and make connections with ideas. Discussion activities give all learners a chance to reflect on the ideas and the content or the ideas expressed by other students, and then to write about what they think, know, and reason from those ideas. It is this cycle of reading, reflecting, considering, and making connections that actually change the knowledge structure inside the learner's brain. Often, it's only when students are responding to a question or to another student's ideas that they begin to know what they think or know, or sometimes what they don't know. In conclusion, I submit that professors can accomplish socialization, presence, and community with their students by using a blended learning platform to integrate 1. Introduction essays for students to learn about each other, 2. A class website and personal websites with a picture of the students to share with classmates where they can communicate, collaborate, socialize, and discover things about themselves and their colleagues, and to have a place to archive classwork and projects. 3. Required weekly discussions of 150 to 300 words that everyone can see on a specific topic of the week's content. 4. Required responses to at least 2 colleagues' discussions of 75 or 150 words that everyone can see. To sum it up, I contend that initiating socialization through communication and collaboration online and creating social presence through interactivity of the students in a blended platform can result in higher motivation, engagement, and interest of students, not just online, but in the classroom. After the lecture, there was a Q&A of about 25 minutes where the professors asked questions and we talked about integrating blended learning into the class. Then I gave the professors a handout on the benefits to students and instructors of blended learning. I then invited them to go to my lecture website for research and details on creating presence, community, and socialization into their classes. Thank you for watching my field experience lecture for the professors of the philosophy department at CCU. I enjoyed giving the lecture and hoped it was beneficial to everyone who is interested in making the classroom a better, more engaged place of learning.